I'm Avery Dugan, joined with Jan Lukas Becker of the men's cross country team here at MC. Jan, thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
So you're coming off of the Gulf South Conference meet, You won it as an individual. What was that immediate feeling when you crossed that finish line?
Hope that the others would perform well as well, so we can take the team title as well, which turned out to be just 3 points short of Lee, but overall it was a good beat for all of us.
Yeah, so going into the meet, you've ran at that track before. Talk about the strategy going in.
Technically, Lee was the bigger favorite, since they are ranked much higher than we are at the moment in the national poll. But we knew that we had a good shot at scaring them a lot and potentially beating them. And I guess our second place finish with just 3 points behind them proved that they were supposed to be scared of us. So yeah, we were confident going into that race and executed quite well, went out hard, showed Lee that we're there, and then tried to stick together as a team as best as possible. And then after 6K, I mean, that's where the race gets a little bit more individual and everyone puts in whatever effort is left. And yeah, we were catching on Lee in the end. If the race would have been a little longer, I think that would have benefited us.
Yeah, and you've ran the course before. Is that an advantage for you going in?
Yeah, I think it was definitely a big advantage. We knew absolutely what was coming, what was awaiting us. They call it the hills of hell. I don't know, it was a little hilly, but I wouldn't say hills of hell, but we knew it's not necessarily a super easy course. Still a fast course, and previewing that 3 weeks prior to the actual conference meet was definitely helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. You ran the fastest time on that course this season, possibly course record as well. Talk about, what was your strategy as far as pace going into the race?
Pace in cross country is always a little bit difficult. No course is like the other. The terrain might be completely different. I mean, this time it was dry, but it can be muddy. So you take whatever conditions you get and see what the other teams are doing and then react to it. But we wanted to give Lee the lead, see what they're doing. That did not necessarily play out as we planned, as they went out a little slower than we expected, or I expected. So I was in the front for quite a bit and tried to run a pace that was as comfortable as possible for me and the rest of the team. And whatever pace that is, I can't put any number on that.
Yeah, absolutely. So then going in, the team finishes second. Obviously, your team goal is to win the meet. I mean, that's your goal going into every meet, obviously. Yeah. Talk about that team finishing second and how the others did as well.
As I said before, Lee was ranked much higher and expected to win, and us coming so close to them is definitely a success. Right after the finish, realizing we just come second was sure a little disappointment, but with a couple of days of thinking in between and putting the result into context, it was a great result for Mississippi cross country. So we are not happy with the result. We're not necessarily content, but we have more opportunities to make it better. So we're definitely looking forward to regionals.
Yeah, you talked about Lee kind of handling that pace. You wanted to stay behind him in the front. Do you use your teammates as well with pace going into a meet like that?
Yeah, we work together a lot. Cross country is not an individual sport. Yes, you win as an individual maybe, or place as an individual, but in the end it comes down to a certain number of points as a team that matters. And whoever's around you from your team, you help each other and they help you. So the more people you have around you, the more beneficial it is, and the more you can control the race and stay calm and execute it.
Yeah, absolutely. Jan Lukas Becker of the Mississippi College cross country team.